A hookup or a hustle?
She said he was a friend and she had bought stuff from him before and everything came out fine.
It was a family and friend discount. He said that he could get 100 phones.
Really? You think Best Buy is going to sell 100 phones to an employee at an employee discount?
And later, friends face off in court.
He said that someone smashed into my car in front of his house. And then 2 weeks later, I found out that he was driving it.
Personally, I think that if you're gonna hand your keys to somebody and you know that you don't have the insurance for it, then she should know that an accident can't happen.
Well, you know what they say, never drop the con, die with a lie.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Rudy Davila says her former co-worker offered to hook her up with discounted iPhones, but after taking her money, failed to deliver. She's suing for money owed for the cell phones and interest on a loan. She's accompanied in court today by Denise Gonzalez. Defendant Costanza Hagen says she doesn't owe any money because she tried to get the phones from her hookup, but they were all caught in the same scam.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Davila versus Higgins.
Thank you, Juan. Rudy Davila?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant, is it Costanza Higgins?
Correct.
For $2,300 you say she owes you for cell phones and loan interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why don't we start from the beginning and you explain to me what's going on here.
Okay. I first knew Costanza from work. She's my supervisor. On September 10th, 2014, I got a text message from her saying that I have a really good deal on iPhone 6s and iPhone 6 Pluses. Let me know if you guys want some and how many you guys want. And, I need the money by the end of today.
What do you mean by really good deal?
They were like cheap before they even came out.
All right, and did you ask her where she was getting these phones from?
Yeah, she said a friend that he works at Best Buy and she had bought stuff from him before and everything's, legit and I've done it before and everything came out fine.
So he works at Best Buy and she tells you what, he gets a discount on iPhones?
Yes.
So you give her how much money?
That day I only gave her $640.
And then you gave her more later?
I gave her that a couple days later I gave her more.
Why did you give her more?
I bought 2 for myself and I involved my 2 sisters who bought some too.
Okay, and so you give her this money, $1,700 for the phones, and when is she supposed to give you the phones?
I was supposed to get them the Thursday before they drop.
The Thursday before they drop, but you never got the phones?
I never got them.
Like to this day, you don't have the phone,
No.
and that's why we're here. Okay,
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what's going on?
Okay. I sent a text message out to 4 people and Rudy being the 5th person regarding a deal on iPhones. The person who was getting the iPhones, he himself did not work at Best Buy. It was his cousin. It was a family and friend discount, and we had purchased things from them before.
How many phones were you getting on a family and friend discount?
Well, he said that he could get 100 phones. They were going to provide receipts and everything with the stuff. So,
Really?
So
Really?
Rudy told other people about
100
the phone.
phones. You think Best Buy is going to sell 100 phones to an employee at an employee discount?
I'm sure they would.
100 iPhones?
I'm sure there was a couple of people in the store that was going to, ring it up. But
How much money did you give this person?
Yeah, I gave him $2,800.
You collected $15,000 in cash from your coworkers. Why don't we start there?
I did not collect $15,000 from the coworkers.
That's what you said in your answer? You said you collected about $15,000 in cash.
That wasn't from these people. That was not here.
Total, $15,000 in cash from her and other people, right?
Yes.
Okay, $15,000 in cash.
Correct.
Let me make sure I get this straight. So you give someone $15,000 in cash. By the way, why cash? Just curious.
I didn't specify cash. That's just what they brought.
No, you gave $15,000 in cash.
Oh.
I'm asking you, why are you giving someone $15,000 in cash?
Well, the person that was involved.
Did you get a receipt?
His son and my son were best friends.
Did you get a receipt?
No.
How many phones does $15,000 in cash buy you?
I don't know
From the
offhand right
cousin?
now.
You don't know offhand? You give somebody $15,000 in cash and you don't know what you're buying?
I don't have the list with me here to know how many phones.
Any particular reason why you choose to give somebody cash?
Well, I trusted him because I knew him. Our sons were best friends. They go to school together.
Then you say you never got the iPhone. So you're out of $15,000 in cash, right?
Correct.
Show me the police report where you called the police to report someone stole $15,000 from you.
I didn't.
Show me a police report.
I didn't call the police, but a couple of other people did call the police.
There you go. That sums up everything I need to know about this case.
Okay.
No one loses $15,000 in cash and it's just in the wind. Oh well, unless you're part of the scam or this person doesn't exist. Which one is it?
I wasn't part of the scam.
Absolutely you are.
We got scammed as well. I just didn't want to put my son
You're not
in
a
jeopardy.
victim. You're not a victim. You can give up the victim game right now.
I'm not trying to be a victim, ma'am. I have paid people their money back because I was trying to do the right thing and give the money back.
That's convenient for you to say because no one's here to contest that. All I have in front of me is a person who said they gave somebody $15,000 in cash. They never got anything and you never made a police report. You never called the police. You never reported it. You don't even have a civil claim against them. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay, the game is up.
Coming up, how deep was the deception?
I told her I was going to give his money back.
I don't care what you told her you were going to do. Why didn't you do it?
Because I had to make payments to multiple people.
How do I even know that there is someone who works at Best Buy who is going to give you phones?
And later, a best friend betrayed.
He borrowed my car, and within a couple of hours, I got a phone call, and he told me that my car got hit.
And why are you so upset about this?
Because he lied to me.
Plaintiff Rudy Davila says her former co-worker scammed her. She's suing for money owed for the cell phones and interest on a loan. Defendant Costanza Hagen says she doesn't know because the deal was a scam and everyone lost money.
Why do you give the plaintiff her money back if you were giving people money back?
I told her I was going to give his money back.
I don't care what you told her you were going to do. Why didn't you do it?
Because I had to make payments to multiple people. And I told her when I get to her, because she gave money last, that I would give her the money back. Now, other people at the same place have gotten their money back, but she chose to sue me instead.
How do I even know that there is someone who works at Best Buy who is going to give you phones? First of all, they're stealing from their employer. Okay, there are no employee discounts that allow someone or employee appreciation day or whatever you want to call it that allows someone to purchase 100 iPhones at a discount. They don't even do that. You should know that. Second of all, the real issue here is I don't even know if this story is legitimate or if that person exists. All I know is you got their money and they never got any phones. And now let me address you. You're the sister? Why don't you stand up too? Because this is what happens when you think you're going to get involved in a street hookup. You want to be a part of the game? These are the rules of the game. Sometimes you win, and when you win, you come out on top. Sometimes you lose, and you know what happens? You charge it to the game. Someone tells you, I got a hookup by some guy. You don't know his name. That's red flag number one. She wants all cash. You go around collecting all cash. That's red flag number two. There's a middleman. You have no communication with this person. You're giving her money. She's giving it to someone else, so she says, and then they're giving it to another person. That's red flag number three.
I guess it was just all on trusting her. I worked with her for so long. I've lent her money before. She's paid me back. It was more than just, I guess, of being a supervisor, you know?
And I just can't believe that you had the audacity to come into this courtroom today. If you know anything about me, you know I'm a former prosecutor. You know this is what I did, prosecuted fraud cases. And you thought that you were going to come into court today and tell me that someone took $15,000 from you and you did absolutely nothing about it. You're not a victim. Whatever's going on, you're a part of it. But I don't think that the two of you knew. Because I could get iPhones from my sisters, my mom, whoever. If they have iPhones they aren't using, I could get them and sell them to my friends. There's not anything wrong with that. I think you were naive, but I don't think you knew that you were getting involved in some type of criminal enterprise, which is what's going on this side of the room. You better be careful. There's no paper trail, but eventually this catches up with you, because if that guy, whoever he is, got picked up, now that I know you're involved in this, people start talking when they're in jail. Once they get locked up, all bets are off. They start making deals. And when people give you their money, she brought you to court. Other people may not want to bring you to court. They may want to have a one-on-one conversation with you and take it to the streets. So you better be careful. I'm not ordering her to pay you $600 in interest, $1,700, judgment for the plaintiff.
What I've learned about the case today is never purchase iPhones off of a good deal.
I don't scam people. I wouldn't take the money from no one and not give it back to them.
Plaintiff Sabrina Crespo says her former friend borrowed her car, crashed it, and then lied about the accident. She's suing for reimbursements for car repairs. Defendant Caleb Schwab says he doesn't owe any money because Sabrina attacked his character, causing him to quit his job. He's countersuing for lost wages and harassment.
Sabrina Crespo?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant Caleb Schwab?
Yes.
For $3,000 for reimbursement for car repairs. You say he had an accident in your car and caused damages?
Yep.
And you're countersuing, sir, for $1,006 for lost wages and harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll start with you, Ms. Crespo. Tell me how you know Mr. Schwab.
I worked at the mall. He was there with a friend, and I actually met him outside on a smoke break, and we were talking, and we became friends that way. I was seeing a friend of his, and we got close.
Okay, why don't you tell me what happened?
I let him borrow my car for the day. I was at work.
What day was this?
I believe it was May 28th around. He borrowed my car, and within a couple of hours, I got a phone call, and
A call from who?
From Caleb. Mm-hmm. He called me crying. He sounded like something bad happened, and he told me that my car got hit. He said that someone smashed into my car in front of his house, and that he woke up to a big bang. Mm-hmm. And then 2 weeks later, I found out that he was driving it and crashed
Hold on a second.
it.
So, and why are you so upset about this?
Because he lied to me.
What did you tell her happened?
At first, I told her that somebody hit the car in front of my house. I was extremely embarrassed at the time. I didn't. It was
So
like
you
the
call,
first thing
so
that came.
you have an accident in the car.
Yes.
But you call her and tell her that the car was parked in front of your house. Had you borrowed her car before?
No.
This is the first time you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell her that the car was parked in front of your house, and what?
That a car just hit it.
And a car hit it. So you went out and saw that there were damages.
Yes.
And did he ever tell you the truth about what happened, or how did you find out?
2 weeks later, I got a call from Progressive, and they called me and said that they were asking a bunch of questions about him, and I asked what it was regarding, and she said that he was in an accident, and they were trying to figure out whether or not that he needs to be added to my policy. So I called him after I got off the phone, and I was really upset, and I was like, you need to tell me what happened right now.
And did he tell you the truth then?
He tried to play it off. He tried to say, what are you talking about? Like I told you. And I was like, Caleb?
Well, you know what they say, never drop the con, die with the lie. Did you finally tell her the truth?
Yes, I eventually told her the truth.
Because, I mean, at that point, you had no choice.
Yeah, I squeezed it out of him.
Let me see the photos of the car. So what happened? What really happened?
I was going into a turn lane. I was going to pick up my brother's stuff from his apartment. And when I was going into the turn lane, the woman in front of me slammed on her brakes, and I ran into the back of her car.
Okay, and those are the damages. What kind of car is it?
It's a Scion TC 2007.
So why don't you think you're responsible for the damages? Because you had insurance, it was a liability insurance,
Yeah.
right? So the insurance didn't cover damages to your car. So why don't you think you're responsible for the damages that she had to pay out of pocket?
Because personally, I think that if you're going to hand your keys to somebody and you know that you don't have the insurance for it.
I'm sorry?
I said if you're going to hand somebody the keys for the car and you know that you don't have insurance to cover them, then you should know that something can happen, an accident can happen.
That's your defense? That's all you got?
Coming up on Judge Faith, are the social media posts proof?
The moment that you find out your best friend stole from you after he crashed your car, lied to your face. According to what she put in this post, you had an accident in her car. That happened, right? You lied to her about the accident, right? The Facebook post seems actually pretty accurate.
Plaintiff Sabrina Crespo says her former friend previously agreed to pay for the car damage. She's suing for reimbursements of car repairs. Defendant Caleb Schwab says he doesn't owe any money because Sabrina interfered with his source of income. He's countersuing for lost wages and harassment.
So you think that it's her fault because she let you borrow her car? She did you a favor. She gave you the keys and let you borrow her car, but it's her fault because she should not have done that.
It's her responsibility, it's her car.
But 3 years of friendship, thinking that he's my brother and he had something important to do, giving him my keys, I cared. Let him take my car for the day.
After the whole car incident happened, I actually had to leave my job for a few things
That's a lie.
that
He's
she
lying.
posted.
He is lying.
I had to leave my job because she posted a post on Facebook and it was just completely demeaning
Months
me.
later.
What do you mean?
I have a picture right here I can show you.
So you're saying, so it's not only she was irresponsible for giving you the keys and letting you drive, but she posted something on Facebook about you, and that's
Yes.
Also part of your defense? Let me see the Facebook post. How long after the accident did she post on Facebook?
Like a month later.
A month later. And why is she posting on Facebook? Because she's asking you to pay for the damages to her car?
I actually already started paying her at the time.
How much did you pay?
So far, $350 until all of this started.
So what did you tell him in terms of how much you needed him to pay? Did you show him an estimate?
My car is an expensive car to fix. I went to 2 different mechanics. One told me $3,500, the other told me $4,000.
So you started paying, you only paid $350 and you stopped, why?
Because of all this, I received a letter in the mail saying I was being sued and all of that. And
He also paid $350 within 2 months. I gave him time. And meanwhile, I haven't paid my rent. My electricity is $2,000. I live with my mother. I pay bills. I have credit cards that I'm late on. And he does not even have to worry about buying toilet paper. Okay, he lives with his mother. I paid his phone bill before because he didn't have money. I was always there for him all the time.
You say you had to leave your job because of...
2 of them.
Because, why?
Well, for one, it was just after that post happened, when I just felt like a complete negative energy walking in there, people were like giving me dirty looks. It's like...
I actually have a letter from my boss stating that there was no hostility.
Okay, so according to the police report, the accident takes place on March 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is June.
Yes.
She posts this on Facebook. The moment that you find out your best friend stole from you after he crashed your car, lied to your face, and still asked you to pay his phone bill last week. Did you do that?
I did not ask to pay the phone bill last week.
She starts laughing. You scumbag Schwab. Karma is a B and you're a bad person. You F everyone over in your path, and I've always been there to back up your lies and cheats. Now, did you post this on your Facebook wall where everyone can see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what happened after that?
Just literally right after that, everybody was just giving me negative everything. Like I'm the scum of the earth right now, pretty much.
Because you deserve it.
And it's not.
And according to what she put in this post, you had an accident in her car. That happened, right? You lied to her about the accident, right? The Facebook post seems actually pretty accurate.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
Did you pay for the damages already?
Yes.
You paid out of pocket?
I had to get a loan from a bank for $1,600. A very close friend of mine lent me $900, and from there on, I actually have text messages that I sent in showing that the mechanic let me pay him in increments, $250 the next week.
And what have you been using for transportation?
My car now, I got it fixed eventually, but during the time, my mother was driving me.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm dismissing your counterclaim for harassment and lost wages, sir. You brought this all upon yourself because you have not made a credible effort to try to pay her back for the damages you caused her car in this accident. My judgment in this case is for the plaintiff. I'm ordering you to pay her $2,200. Good luck.
I honestly feel really upset because we're never gonna be friends again after this. And I hate that he can't take responsibility for what he did to me.
I'd like to say to Sabrina, I hope you have a good life, and I hope that we don't have to cross paths again because I know it can't be repaired after this.
Today on Judge Faith, a landlord and her former tenant disagree over the details of an apartment lockup.
Richard say, if you want me out of here, you pay me $700 cash, and I will be out of your property.
So the cop come out there, I explained to him that I live here, being that she filed a theft report saying that I did not belong there.
And the police told you could go ahead and change the locks.
And later, family friends face off in court over a fender bender.
Steven's up on the porch, he's downtrodden, got his head in his hands and looking all sad, and he says, oh, well, you know, I backed into your car on the way out of the driveway.
I miscalculated the space and there wasn't enough for me to get out.
All he had to do was back straight out.
I see on your papers you're in law school and you're thrilled to be in court today. I know you are. And give me a second, okay? I know this is your moment.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Gina Tran says her former tenant was a thief and a troublemaker. She's suing for the cost to repair her door, unpaid rent, an antique sofa, attorney fees, damaged light fixtures, and hotel cost. Defendant Richard Urich says he doesn't owe because Gina changed the locks, forcing him to break into his room. He's countersuing for damaged property, lost wages, and defamation of character.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Tran versus Urich.
Thank you, Juan. Gina Tran?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant Richard Urich
Yes, ma'am.
for $4,110 for several things. You say he's a former tenant of yours and he damaged your door. You say he owes you unpaid rent. He stole an antique sofa. You're also suing for attorney's fees, damaged light fixtures, and hotel costs.
Yes.
You'll explain all of that to me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're countersuing, sir, for $2,800. That's $900 damages to your property, a laptop and a television, and the rest for defamation of character.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will, and lost wages as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So both of you have a lot you want to tell me about.
Okay.
We'll start with you, ma'am.
I have a rental property. I rented out each room, fully furnished, all bills paid, and internet. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home.
You don't live in the home?
No, I don't.
You rent out the bedrooms?
Yes.
What was the agreement in terms of rent, sir?
The agreement was that the rent was $550. There was not a security deposit advertised on Craigslist,
So you didn't pay a security deposit,
ma'am,
and
that
you
was
moved in
not-
on what date?
March 16th.
March 16th, mid-month. Did you prorate the rent for that month?
Yes, I sure
Okay,
did,
when
Your
did you
Honor.
move out?
I moved out on April 29th, I believe was the last day I moved out.
So you were there for just a little over a month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He moves out on April 29th. What happened?
A lot of things happened. Shortly after he moved in, he contacted me. He said he has a homeless friend that he want to add on the lease. I said, well, no, he originally not on the lease. So he was very upset. He said, so his friend's staying anyway. A day or two later, he contacted me again and he said, water come into the room and there's mold issues.
Okay.
So I started investigate the mold issues.
Did you see that there was mold?
I could not gain access to his room.
Well, did you see there was water damage?
I didn't see no water damage. He said it coming in from the windows. So we did the window and we lay down rocks around the house.
Okay, so what's
And
the
then-
next issue?
When I came in to wash my hand, I noticed the antique sofa was missing.
What antique sofa?
The antique sofa my mother gave me as a gift.
Where was it?
It was in the hallway of the living room.
Okay.
This
This
antique
is the sofa?
Yes,
It was gone completely out of the home.
gone completely.
And what did you ask him about it?
I asked him, he said, I did move it to storage.
Is that true?
I bought the sofa from Miss Tran for $200. Her maintenance person that
You paid her $200 for the sofa that she's saying you took?
I did. I went with her maintenance person, the person that she's claiming to be her boyfriend. I drove to her house. I paid her cash.
Is that true?
That's not true.
Has he been to your house?
No,
he
he
ever
has
been to
not
your
been to
house?
my house. No,
He didn't give you $200 for the sofa?
No. Mm-mm.
He's totally making this up.
he totally making this up.
Okay, go ahead. So you say you gave her $200 for the sofa.
I did.
He never been to my house.
How does he know you live in North
The
Houston?
antique sofa was in my mother's house.
That's where she lives. She lives with her mother.
My mother house.
You live with your mother?
Yes. Well, he complained that there was no sofa. And I said, I have a sofa that my mother gave to me. I can furnish at the house. Then he said he doesn't have a truck. I say my fiance can drive the truck and I pay his $25 to help carry the couch.
Okay, that's not what you told me before. I mean, this is the story that he just told me. So what he's saying is true. Did he give you $200 for the sofa, ma'am?
He did not give me $200.
Coming up, was the lockout legal?
He was big smile. So he took a big piece of rock and bang, 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 cut the rock. He was enjoying it.
And later, family friends fight it out over the cost to fix a fender bender.
2 weeks after he ran into my car, he ran into another car with his truck.
So you only hit cars that are parked, is what you're telling me.
Plaintiff Gina Tran says Richard was a troublemaker. She's suing for the cost to repair her door, unpaid rent, an antique sofa, attorney fees, damaged light fixtures, and hotel costs. Defendant Richard Urich says he doesn't owe because Gina performed an illegal eviction. He's countersuing for damaged property, lost wages, and defamation of character.
You call the police because you see that your sofa is gone.
It's gone.
And it's in, and you say it's in storage because you paid for it.
Yes, ma'am.
What happens when the police show up? Who wants to tell me?
Well, when the cops showed up, Miss Tran sat there and told a police officer, she said she's going to press charges because I was a thief and I stole a couch from her and I'm trespassing on private property. They wanted to take me to jail because she told the cop that I did not live there, that I was just a random person off the street who broke into her place.
Had you told the cop that he didn't live there?
No, I did not tell the cop that.
Go ahead.
Okay. She changed the lock, so I called the cop. She was parked out the house.
So you called the police and you changed the locks?
He gave me the incident report. He said he's not supposed to be back.
But you understand he pays rent. He lives there.
I understand.
Did you tell the police that he was a tenant renting from you?
Yes.
And the police told you could go ahead and change the locks?
He said this is a theft report. He's not supposed to be back on this premises.
Because he has moved a sofa to storage.
Because he took the sofa.
I had to prove that I lived there, being that she filed a theft report saying that I did not belong there. I told her when I got off work that if I'm locked out of that house, that I will break into that house because I have every right.
When you showed the police your paperwork, your mail that you lived there, what happened?
He looked at Miss Tran and he said, why did you tell us that this guy did not live here? The report number that he gave her, like the theft report that they write on that piece of paper, he told Miss Tran, because he was mad, he made her give it back, he tore it up, and he goes, why would you sit there and accuse someone of theft and tell me that they don't live here? He sat there and told Miss Tran that if she did not let me in the house, that I have every legal right to break into the house.
Did he tell you that?
The police officer said he lives here.
Yeah, and you locked him out. You changed the lock.
And he can do anything to get back in the house.
And so what did he do?
So he took a big piece of rock and go toward the door and bang, 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 all the glass is broken. I did not have the time to react. The minute he said he could do anything, he was big smile, pick up the rock. And he was enjoying it, Your Honor. He was enjoying. All you need is bang and you can get the door, but he was like bang, 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 and he was laughing. And I was crying. I say, I have the incident.
So you didn't have a chance to just unlock the door and let him in?
No, I was so scared. I mean, all this glass breaking, and then I say, officer, I have a theft incident report. He said, let me look at it. He looked at it and he called the first officer, came out, and then together they tore it up and took off.
Yeah. Yeah, because he lives there. Because he lives there. That's not the measure you take, is to lock someone out of their home where they've paid rent to be, ma'am. That's why the police were upset. That's why they tore up the incident report. That's why they allowed him in front of the police to take the rock and break the window pane because you wouldn't let him back in the house.
Well,
and then you're suing? You're suing because you want him to pay for the door?
But I had to.
And I'm going to tell you something. Were they wrong to do that? Yes, but I can tell you why they did it, because they were upset and they were frustrated by you. That's why they allowed him to do it, because I guarantee you what happened is they told you to let him back in and you didn't do it. That's why they let him take
He was fast. He was like, he was very fast.
Why do you want him to pay for hotel costs? What is that about?
Because the door was broken and my other tenants were afraid of Richard. So I said, Richard, please, I booked the hotel. You just go and live there.
But he didn't go to a hotel.
He did not.
So why are you suing for hotel costs?
Because he did not take. The other tenants say, I'm scared. I will take that voucher. I will go.
So you put your other tenants up in the hotel?
Away from Mr. Richard here. And Richard say, if you want me out of here, you pay me $700 cash and I will be out of your property.
Instead of taking the offer to go to the hotel. Okay, what are you countersuing, sir, for? You're suing for damages to a television
There
and
was
laptop.
water damage to the house.
You have proof of that your television and laptop were damaged?
No, those are things that I don't have proof of. Those are things that I moved in with, that I had, that I lost. I mean, she broke into my bedroom and busted the frame and changed that lock on there too.
Why did you change the lock to his bedroom?
He was supposed to be a thief.
You understand that's not theft, right? Like, you understand if somebody tells you, I took the sofa out and I put it in the storage. For whatever reason. Like, your options are allow them the opportunity to bring the sofa back. He's at work. You don't do that. You call the police and you make a report that it is stolen. You know he has to come back to the house. He lives there. You know he's going to come back. His stuff is there. You know where he works. But you didn't do any of those things.
He made his intention clear.
You could have called the police and told the police, this is my tenant. He lives here. He said he moved my sofa to storage. When he gets off work, please come back. I'd like for him to bring it back and resolve it. And then I will proceed to get him out of the place. You didn't do any of those things. Your case is dismissed. Sir, you have no proof that because of a leak, she damaged your laptop and your television. Your case is dismissed, ma'am. Judgment in this case is for the defendant.
I just wish her the best of luck, and I hope that, with other tenants, I mean, they don't have to go through the same thing. Just be a little bit more understanding of people.
Well, Richard did not tell the truth. He stole the sofa.
Plaintiff William Douglas says the defendant is a terrible driver and crashed into his car when backing out of the driveway. He's suing for car repairs. Defendant Stephen Rockwell says he doesn't know because William filed an insurance claim and was already paid out. He's countersuing for emotional distress.
William Douglas.
Yes.
You were suing the defendant, Stephen Rockwell?
Yes.
For $1,392 you say he owes you for car repairs?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you're countersuing, sir, for $300 for emotional distress?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll start with you, Mr. Douglas. Tell me what's going on here. How do you know the defendant?
I've known the defendant since he was just a baby, a little bitty baby. Yeah.
Thank you for the demonstration.
He's a friend, and I'm a friend of his family. I know his father, his uncles, his cousins.
Okay. So your families are close?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what happened. You're suing him as a result of a car accident. What happened?
Well, at the end of August of last year, I went over to his house where he lives and went with his father. We decided to go get a bite to eat. So we left, went and got a bite to eat.
Where'd you go?
We went to a local pizza place. Mm-hmm. And so we finished up. We go eat. We're on the way back, and his dad gets a frantic call. You need to come home now.
Do you hear this?
I can hear it on the phone. Yeah, he's loud enough that I could hear it in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back. We make our way back and pull up, and Steven's up on the porch. He's downtrodden, got his head in his hands and looking all sad. And so we get out and, what's going on, Steven? He says, oh, well, I backed into your car on the way out of the driveway.
Let me see the damage. So he just made a confession right then and there on the scene.
Yes, ma'am. So you can see here the bumper where he hit. It pushed the bumper in, and you can't really tell very well the detail, but
I see there's a
huge softball in there.
Mm-hmm. You also provided a map of where this happened. Let me see that.
So I parked my car here, and when he backed out from the other side. And his father was parked here. I parked behind his father, and his father was able to back out and get us to the pizza place.
Were you parked on the street part or in the driveway?
I was on the street part.
On the street,
Yeah.
okay, and that's the driveway there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Rockwell, what happened?
Coming up on Judge Faith, the friends throw a little insurance shade.
He's got a ratchet company over there that he's paying his $29.99 a month.
Your lawyer had just went all the way out the window when you threw out the term ratchet. You know that, right?
Plaintiff William Douglas says a defendant backed into his vehicle. He's suing for car repairs. Defendant Stephen Rockwell says he doesn't know because William was already paid. He's countersuing for emotional distress.
Was there not enough room, or you miscalculated the space when you were backing out?
Both. I miscalculated the space and there wasn't enough for me to get out.
All he had to do was back straight out.
Hold on a second, Mr. Douglas. I'm asking him a question, okay?
Okay.
I see on your papers you're in law school and you're thrilled to be in court today. I know you are. Give me a second, okay? I know this is your moment. Hold on a second.
What can I say?
Give me a second. So when you backed out, you hit his car. Did you have damage to your car too?
Yes.
Did you have insurance at the time?
Yes. They thought it wasn't enough for what he's trying to get for.
And your insurance paid $150, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you had the car repaired?
I have not.
You haven't had it repaired?
Because I was waiting on him to pay me.
And has he made any payments towards this at all?
He paid. Right after it happened, he said, okay, I want to pay this out because I don't want to get dropped from my insurance because he's a bad driver.
Why do you say that?
Because 2 weeks after he ran into my car, he ran into another car with his truck.
No, that's not true.
You had another accident too?
No.
Within 2 weeks?
No, ma'am.
What was it?
That didn't happen?
3 weeks?
No.
So since this accident, have you had another accident?
Yes.
Okay. Was it in your driveway?
No, it was in a parking spot.
So you only hit cars that are parked, is what you're telling me. When they're moving, you're okay, but parked cars you have a problem with. Is that what you're saying, sir? $300 for emotional distress. How have you been distressed, sir?
He's been calling my phone. He's been trying to get a hold of me. He's coming over, trying to harass me for his money that supposedly I owe him, which the insurance covered.
Did you not see the estimate that he got for the car?
Yes, I saw the estimate, but I didn't sign no agreement. There's no recording saying, oh, I'm going to.
So unless he goes all CSI on you, he has a recording or a signature, you don't feel you're responsible. How much were you paying for your monthly insurance?
$29.99.
No.
He's got a ratchet company over there that he's paying his $29.99 a month. And then when something happens,
what do you know about ratchet, Mr. Douglas?
They just dropped the ball.
Your lawyer had just went all the way out the window when you threw out the term ratchet. You know that, right? You can go as far as bootleg, but ratchet, that's too far.
Well, yeah, his bootleg fly-by-night insurance company.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
You only brought me one estimate?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is that?
Well, in Texas, you have the right to choose what shop that you get your car repaired at. And I have the right to pick my shop, and I picked that shop because I've done business with them in the past. And it's a good shop. They do good work, and I don't want to take a chance on...
I understand that, but that might be the law. But when the insurance company obviously denied most of the claim, it's $150. Now it's coming from someone's pocket, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to subtract 10% from this estimate, which is $100, and I'm going to subtract the $150. That's a total judgment in your favor, sir, $1,142. Good luck to both of you. Your counterclaim is dismissed, by the way.
Thank you, Your Honor. So obviously he can't drive when there's parked cars around. So keep him out of parking lots, I guess, is what I would say.
I think I'm a perfect driver.
Today on Judge Faith, Los Angeles drivers involved in an accident discover that neither had insurance and both expected the other to pay.
I see ahead of me a parked car with the door opening. I hit the brakes. as quickly as I could. The car skids to a halt and collides.
He walked away from my wife saying, I don't have insurance and I don't have any money. Parked his car, went to the bar to do his DJ gig, and was like, whatever. And I was like, no way, I'm gonna call cop. We're gonna go in there and see what this guy's real story is.
So we have a bunch of very responsible drivers standing in front of me today, clearly.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiffs Esther Weidman and Neil Martinson say Neil was test driving a car when he hit the defendant's open car door. They're suing for damage to a vehicle. Defendants Alejandra and Nicholas Gagliarducci say they own nothing because Neil was driving recklessly when he hit the car and didn't have insurance. They're countersuing for car damages.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Martinson and Weidman versus Gagliarducci and Gagliarducci.
Thank you, Honor. Neil Martinson?
Yes.
And Esther Weidman?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendants Alejandra?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Nicholas Gagliarducci
Yes, Your Honor.
for $3,354 damages to a vehicle?
Yes.
And you are countersuing for $3,844 for car damages. So let's start from the beginning. Tell me what's going on here, Mr. Martinson.
On the night of February 18th, 2015, I took a drive to work in Esther's car. I had just moved to Los Angeles in November and didn't have a car of my own. Esther was